Hello, this is Teardrop TV. My name is Steve and I'll be your host. Welcome to the Teardrop Garage.
Well, I'm so glad for you and me. We are part of a very rare breed. I invite you all in this community to join my show and please don't leave. We're going to chat, just wait and see, on those favorite topics at Teardrop TV. I know if you listen, I'll gain your favor, because it's all about the Teardrop trailer.
Well, since we had such a great conversation on episode 3, I invited Len Daddona from just outside of Philadelphia to join us again today. Good morning, Len. How are you this morning?
Good morning. Outstanding. Thank you.
Good. Glad to hear it. This time I'll get it right. How's the weather in Philadelphia this morning?
Okay. It's right now it's raining out, but it's a good sign is we're at 55 degrees, so it's not going to ice up.
Perfect. We're thawing out a little bit too. Not too much snow. Again, I just wanted to say thanks for being on the show. Really appreciate it. And for those people that didn't see episode 3, you're the lead technician and instructor at a Camping World facility in New Jersey for over 25 years, and you hold a master's RVIA certificate, right?
Well, I was that. I'm retired from it now.
Oh, okay. And you have this, it's called an RVI certificate?
RVIA, Recreational Vehicle Industry Association.
Gotcha. So for those that don't know, what is that? It's a test that you have to take. You have to go through retraining every year. It's schooling and everything, and it's just knowing what to do and diagnose on RV systems. Ammonia refrigerators, furnaces, generators, air conditioners. So you're a certified RV builder?
Yes. Well, it's not so much a builder as a repair.
Okay.
On that.
Excellent.
But a lot of the stuff that I did for the instructions over there was I introduced a roof program over there, and I went around the areas teaching how to do that and everything. So
perfect.
That was more of the trailer building,
aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, 2 things I wanted to talk to you about today. First is proper hurricane hinge installation. And as I promised our viewers, next time we get you on the show, we're going to check out one of your creative creations, Pacman.
Okay.
So first, let's talk about the hurricane hinge. I know it's a very popular topic. I think every builder out there at one time or another has struggled with these things. And everybody obviously has their own methods. How do you install them? And most importantly, how do you make them 100% waterproof?
Well, let me start by saying, years ago when I started doing this, I had no internet, no way of knowing anybody, had never seen any one of these things before, and I did it, the way I thought it should be done, which was nothing more than putting a piece of rubber down over top of a piano hinge, and that it worked, but it didn't look good. It looked real shabby, and I tried various different methods with piano hinges, and I was almost at the point where I was going to give up, because I just couldn't stop these darn things from leaking.
I don't think you're the only one.
Yeah. Then, a long time ago, I met a young fellow from Redding, California, Grant Whip.
Okay, yeah, I know
bought a
Grant.
hurricane hinge from him. As I said, there was very little internet that I had and everything. I didn't have any kind of instructions on it and everything. But I was finding out that these things were having a problem. When they mounted them, they leaked right at the edge of the trailer, right where the open end of the hurricane hinge was. So what I did was I extended the side corner molding from the front all the way down to the back, and I built the sides in the galley area 3 inches.
Okay.
And then on the inside, I put an outside corner insert molding on the inside of the trailer, and on the inside of the 3-inch, I put another piece of insert molding there. I put my hurricane hinge in, and the hurricane hinge fell between the 2 outside moldings, with about a half to 3/4 of an inch gap in there. And then I took the inside piece of the hinge that goes on the hatch, and I cut that down so it would go on the hatch. and I hinged, it hinged up and down. And my thought on that was the upper portion of the hurricane hinge extended over the opening about 2.5 inches.
Okay, so that's so if I've got a 4-foot trailer, the overhang, I would want it, say about a did you say 2-inch?
It doesn't come out past the body of the trailer. I make it come to within 1/2 inch to 3/4 of the outside molding.
Okay.
Okay. What happens is that when that water comes down off of there, dealing with water is like dealing with a kid that won't listen. Yeah, and my method of doing this, the water comes down, goes over that, and actually runs down a trough between the two pieces of insert mold.
Okay.
So in order for that thing to leak, that water is going to come down off of there, make a right or left-hand turn, jump up over the inside molding, and come inside, which is highly unlikely.
Gotcha.
So, that's basically the way I do it. And when I make my hatches, a lot of people had a lot of problems, with spring back on the hatches and everything else. And my method of taking care of that was I used material that didn't spring back. I used a piece of FRP, fiberglass reinforced panel, which you can get at any Home Depot, as an inside piece, and then I covered that with aluminum, and fastened that on. The aluminum, was fastened so you couldn't see it. You just had a couple screws down the bottom, and then I used this stuff called lock trim. I think I sent you a picture of it there.
Yeah.
And that stuff just goes right over the end, and it finishes up the hatch real nice. And I guess once I started doing that, I didn't, I wasn't having any leaks anymore. Now, there are other methods of doing this.
Right.
But this was the way I chose years ago, just from, me.
Hey, and at the end of the day, as long as it's waterproof, I mean, that's the whole purpose of the installation, right?
That's it. That's all it's meant for.
Perfect. Now, let me ask you this: should I put caulking or sealant before screwing in the hinge, or is that necessary?
I do. I use a putty tape when I attach it to the body, and as far as the attaching it to the hatch itself, I just put some silicone in there and attach it that way. This way. There's a problem with hurricane hinges if the trunk lid is left up and it starts to rain.
Right.
They're not made to protect you from the rain in that direction. They're only meant, it's only a one-way ticket, really.
Right.
So by putting that silicone under it, actually, I think silicone is a better adhesive than it is a sealant. So I put that underneath there, and that keeps the water from running down back of that right at that point. Now we'll still get in at other focus like this, but it will be going on. Non-porous items. It won't be going on wood. It'll be on aluminum or siding or the hinge itself. But basically, the real answer there is put your hatch down when it's raining. So.
Right. Okay. Well, that's awesome. I actually just sold my last teardrop the other day, saying I'm heading outside to build my next one, so I think I'm going to have to watch this video over a few times, and I'll let you know how it went. Now tell us a little bit about Pacman. It's pretty unique. What gave you the idea?
Well, this wasn't an original idea. I mean, there were trailers that flipped up in the back like that, going back to the 30s, right? And the question came up. There was two things I wanted to do when I built this trailer. Number one, my wife said she wanted something she could stand up in. So, I didn't want to get away from a teardrop, although I basically did with that trailer. And what happened was when that thing was extended, when it was in the up position, you could stand up in there and put your clothes on, and that made her happy. And the other situation that I had that I wanted to do, I wanted to try to build a woody. And I did that in a pretty unique way there. I bought 2 pieces of 1/2-inch plywood, and I cut the profiles out on both of them. And all the wood inserts on the side of the Pacman, that's all cut out of 1 piece of plywood.
Oh.
And I just cut the holes out and I laminated the thing right to the side.
And you which? Sorry, you laminated?
Yeah, I laminated, well, and I screwed it from the inside, too.
Oh, okay.
But I put that right over top. That's not made out of pieces of wood over top of that. That's made out of another sheet of plywood over top of the whole thing.
Wow. Can you pull it with a motorcycle?
At that point, my motor, I had gotten rid of my motorcycle. I've had bigger trailers than that I pulled with a bike. I would say that trailer you could.
Yeah.
That was relatively light. It was relatively small too. It was only 6 foot 10 inches long. So,
it was 6'10". Wow.
Yeah. All it was strictly a bed. There was no galling in it or anything. But,
right on.
And in fact, I have a picture of a patrol box that I made, and that was the kitchen for it. I just took that out and put it on the end of the kitchen.
Cool. Now, if someone was looking to get one of these models, could they contact you and you could build them another one, or?
Actually, I'm not doing that kind of stuff anymore. I'm just doing. All I'm doing right now is just. All I'm doing right now is vintage trailers and replicas of vintage trailers. Repairs and that. So. Everything I'm doing is not geared to. I'm not in production, so to speak. Gotcha.
Well, listen, that's great. I really appreciate you sharing all your footage and time with us again and helping us gain a little insight on those tricky hurricane hinges. I always enjoy having you as a guest. Maybe we can bring you back again if any of our viewers have any other technical questions for you. You think you'd be interested in that?
Sure.
Perfect. Well, listen, we really look forward to it. And that's all the time we have today. Until next time, happy trails.
Well, now it's time for us to go. I hope you like our Teardrop show. I know we sure can learn new things, and thank the pros for skills they bring. Your expertise is what this show needs. I know the viewers will be quite pleased. So send your photos for my montage, and come back soon to Teardrop Garage.